Hello and welcome to yet another 31 Days of Horror update. Today we are talking about a movie I should have watched a long time ago, apparently. And yes, people were on my back over and over and over. This one's from 2010 and it's Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Yes, I know. I can hear you already. Why haven't I seen this already? Well, because I missed it in theaters. I wanted to see it in theaters, and I had lots of opportunity here in Toronto to see it in theaters. But I was always working when it came out. I was working constantly when it came out, and I just did not have the opportunity. And then when it came out to video. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. But I think eventually I just waited for it to get down to the $10 mark. Because I knew, prices were dropping. And I think it came up maybe on a Black Friday deal at one point. And that's when I jumped on it. And I've been waiting for the 31 Days of Horror to watch it. Yeah. In case you don't know, it was written, directed by Eli Craig, who really hadn't done anything before the movie, and of course his career has started to go from there. Hasn't done a lot yet, but he is getting some work because of this, and it stars the Tucker and Dale. Dale is played by Tyler Labine, who you probably know from the TV series Reaper or Invasion, but he was also in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, for somebody looking for something more frequent, or not frequent, newer. We both know that's not the word I was looking for. Tucker is played by Alan Tudyk, who, if you're a genre fan, you're gonna definitely know him as Wash from Firefly. Which obviously means he was also in Serenity, the movie Serenity. He was also in the television show Dollhouse, Josh Whedon. Let's see, he had a small part in Knocked Up, which I just watched recently. Yes. And he also had a part in Transformers: Dark of the Moon. But oddly enough, most of his work is done doing voice acting. Outside of television. He does a lot of television as well. He does a lot of cameos, and he's had a lot of small series roles as well. Voice acting. He several Ice Age movies playing different characters. He was the Astro Boy movie. He actually played several characters in that movie. He did the voice for them. He's gotten in good with Disney, and he did Wreck-It Ralph. He was the voice of King Candy, I believe was his name, and also Frozen. He was Duke. So yeah, awesome to have him, in this film. And you would know him if you saw. I'm sure if you're at all into genre film or television, you definitely recognize him. There's a whole bunch of other people. Katrina Bowden. I don't know how you pronounce her name. Jesse Moss, Philip Granger, Brandon J. McLaren, Christy Lang. Again, another thing where there's a bunch of young people, and you have a large ensemble cast. I didn't really recognize any of the other ones. Though if they've done anything particular, let me know. None of them really stood out for me. I didn't recognize anybody either by face or by name, so no biggie. But Tucker and Dale are the main characters. They play a couple of hillbillies, essentially. What it is it's a play off of the Wrong Turn films, I guess, even the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and things like Deliverance, where Tucker and Dale are these country folk, the good old boys who are all, chainsaws and beer before computers and cell phones type thing, right? And whereas everybody else is, they're all young city people, and so they have this built-in phobia of hicks, as you might call them, right? And so through a series of misunderstandings, they develop this fear of Tucker and Dale, thinking like there's something going on, where it's really it's just Dale, who thinks one of the girls is hot. Clearly they're going to cast hot people, and he was just trying to strike up a conversation and maybe get a date with this city girl, even though he doesn't feel he's really up to snuff, being he's a country boy and she's a city girl, and obviously she's all sophisticated. So it turns out that Tucker and Dale, I guess Tucker more than Dale, but maybe they pooled their resources somehow, just bought this cabin up in the woods, and they were going to be using it as like their summer place. And so they had to go up there and they were going to fix it up, make it livable. Whereas all the rest of the group, well, not the group, but the young ones were going up and having a good time over in also the same neck of the woods. And, just getting out and such. And, it's the reason why people love Tucker and Dale versus Evil is it really is a series of unfortunate events and misunderstandings that eventually Tucker and Dale think these kids, or not, they're not really kids, they're adults. I'd say they're 20s, 30s, are out to get them, and that they've created a suicide pact and they're trying to kill one of the girls and stuff like that. And of course on the other side, they've developed this phobia of these country Hobokens, and they've seen a few too many movies, and of course they think they're trying to kill them. Tucker and Dale are trying to kill them. So constantly going back and forth, and just by a series of accidents, nobody trying to do anything, actually trying to hurt anybody on purpose, people start dying. And of course it's a comedy, and it just keeps rolling and rolling on and goes throughout the film and to the end with misunderstandings via actions, misunderstandings via conversations and hearing words and seeing things and all that kind of stuff. And again, it's one after the other type thing. It plays up the humor a lot. And to balance out that humor, as part of the humor, it does a lot of practical gore effects and such like that. So there's a lot of people getting stabbed, a lot of people, I don't want to go into too much, because part of seeing the movie and enjoying it is seeing the kills. So yeah, let's just say there's a lot of people who are able to die because there's such a large cast. So part of the fun of watching Tucker and Dale versus Evil is picking out and finding, seeing those misunderstandings and playing off the cliches that you see in horror films, where somebody would have a dialogue where he's trying to explain how he... Now, this isn't a dialogue that actually happens in the film, but let's just say one of the characters is going on about how he didn't get the girl. And as you cut into it, so they start overhearing and seeing these people, but what the conversation they start hearing is let's say, he didn't get the girl because a boyfriend managed to, or a friend, got cock blocked essentially. And of course, what the Tucker and Dale conversation would be something along the lines of, oh yeah, I can't believe, I almost had the girl, and then he had to step in and all this kind of stuff, and then enter, the other party of the other group of characters listening in, and they hear, man, I would have clocked him. I'm going to clock that guy. I'm going to kill him when I see him. Right? You're just spewing off. You're just saying something like that off the top of your head. You don't really mean it. But of course, they hear that and they're like, oh my God, they're going to kill us. Misunderstanding happens and go on from there. But I don't want to give you the actual what happens in the film because, like I said, it's part of the fun of watching the film is seeing this stuff unfold. So that's what Tucker and Dale versus Evil is. I definitely recommend it. Be in the mood for a comedy. I wasn't really in the mood for the comedy. I still enjoyed the film, but I really wish I had seen it in theaters. I think it would have definitely been like that much time, more enjoyable. But gets a group of friends together, have a few drinks, watch the movie, have a good laugh with it. Make sure everybody is at least somewhat knowledgeable about horror films and how things go together. It still works without it, but it does help. And it especially helps considering how gory the film can be at times that you are, you like that type of movie. If you're into rom-coms and dramas and documentaries and you don't like seeing that kind of stuff, it doesn't matter how funny Tucker and Dale versus Evil is, you probably won't enjoy it because you're going to be sitting there going, oh my God, what am I watching? But hopefully it wins you over and you get around to seeing it if you haven't seen it already, and you just have a good laugh because that's what it's there for. Have you seen the movie? If you've seen Tucker and Dale versus Evil, let me know down below. Again, don't put up any spoilers or anything. Don't say your favorite scene or anything. Just let me know what you thought about the movie. If you enjoyed it, if you think it's overrated or not. But yeah, just let me know because I have yet to find anybody who disliked the movie. So I'm sure if anybody's out there who dislikes the movie, they're going to be on the interwebs. You trolls out there, you know you exist. So, yeah. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Check it out if you can. This Blu-ray is from Alliance. In case you want to track it down again, shouldn't be more than $10 now. So, till next time, guys. Take care. Have a good one.